Welcome back to third part of the first lesson, sexual reproduction. Students, before entering into the topic, we must know the basic things. Here, students, you can find male and female of human being, and here earthworm. This is we call unisexual. This is called bisexual. What is the meaning of unisexual? In an individual, you can find only one sex organs, but here in earthworm, you can find both male and female sex organs are present in one single earthworm. That is called hermaphrodite or bisexual, and this is unisexual. But you should not confuse unisexual with uniparental that we have studied in asexual reproduction. Now you come to the lesson. What is the meaning of sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction involves the fusion of male and female gametes to form a diploid zygote which develops into a new organisms. Here you can find genetic variation. What are the types of sexual reproduction? Syngamy and conjugation. What is syngamy, or we can call this one fertilization? Here the fusion of male and female gamete, that is called syngamy or fertilization. What is conjugation? It is a temporary union of two individuals of the same species. Now we see the basic differences between asexual reproduction and sexual reproductions. Students, these are all not present in our textbook. However, you must go through what are the major differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. The basic thing already you know very well. Here gametes are not formed, gametes are formed, no fertilization occurs, fertilization takes place. Only mitosis type of cell division occurs. Here both take place. No evolutionary significance, and the asexual reproduction takes place either by binary fission, fragmentation, spore formation, budding, and regeneration. In the case of sexual reproduction, it may be fertilization and conjugation. Now we go for the chapter outline. This is a chapter outline. You know the outline, then you come to understand the meaning one by one. Now we pass on to the next one, place of fertilization. So here, what is the meaning of fertilization, or it is otherwise known as syngamy? It is the fusion of male and female gamete. It may be taking place either outside or internal. So based on that, it is divided into external fertilization and internal fertilization. External fertilization. The fusion of male and female gamete take place outside the body of the female organisms. But in the case of internal fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes takes place within the body of the female organisms. The external fertilization you can find mostly in aquatic organisms. And in the case of internal fertilization, it takes place in terrestrial organisms. The examples are sponges, fishes, and amphibians. Here, reptiles, aves, and mammals. Then, kinds of fertilization. Autogamy, exogamy, autogamy. The male and female gametes are produced by the same cell or same organisms, and both the gametes fuse together to form a zygote. This is called autogamy. What are the examples? Actinophidium and Paramecium. And exogamy, here the male and female gametes are produced by different parents. So two individuals are involved in here, and they fuse to form a zygote. So it is called biparental. Examples: human being. So human being dioecious are unisexual. So dioecious means male and females are present, two sexes. But unisexual means in the individual, one single individual, you can find only one sex organs. Now how the reproduction takes place in lower organism? Hologamy. So what is hologamy? Holo means the entire. So here the entire organism do not form gametes, but they themselves behave as gametes, and fusion of such individuals are called hologamy. Example, trichonimba. Next one, pedogamy. So what is pedogamy? The sexual union of young individuals produced immediately after the division of adult parent. That is called pedogamy. Example, protist. Then merogamy. Here the uniting individuals are smaller than ordinary vegetative individual. That is called merogamy. Then isogamy. The fusion of morphological and physiological identical gametes. So the gametes are in similar. So we call it is isogametes. Example, monocystis. Then anisogamy. The fusion of dissimilar gametes are called anisogamy. Here it occurs in higher organisms. Say for example in human being also, when we see male and female gametes, they are not similar, they are different. It is called anisogamy. So in lower organism, how the reproduction takes place? Hologamy, pedogamy, merogamy, isogamy, and anisogamy. Now sexual reproduction, in that the last one, conjugation. So conjugation, you know very well. Here it is a temporary union of two individuals of the same species. Already we know. And the conjugant, what is the meaning of conjugant? The individuals which participate in conjugation are called conjugants. They exchange certain amount of nuclear material. After that, they are separated. Example, Paramecium, Vorticella, and bacteria. Here the video shows how the conjugation takes place in Paramecium. It is a conjugation in bacterium. So we call one is donor or plus or male bacterium, and another one is recipient or minus or female bacterium. And here it donates a segment of the nuclear material. Now the recipient becomes the donor. This is called conjugation in bacterium. Then what are the three phases of our life? First one is juvenile, reproductive, and senescent. So what is juvenile? Here the picture shows everything very clearly. However, we can see one by one. Juvenile phase. The period of growth between birth of individual up to reproductive maturity, that is called juvenile phase or vegetative phase. Next one, reproductive phase or maturity phase. What is this? Here the organisms reproduce their offspring. So they attain the maturity. After that they start reproduce. Here we have seasonal breeders and continuous breeders. So what is seasonal breeders? They reproduce at particular period of the year, such as frog, lizard, most birds and deers. They have some season, during that time only they reproduce. But continuous breeders, they breed or they give birth throughout their sexual maturity. That is honeybee, poultry, rabbit. These are continuous breeders. And senescent phase. What is this? It is at the end of reproductive phase when degeneration sets in the structure and functioning of the body. That is called senescent phase. And next comes to the parthenogenesis. So what is the meaning of parthenogenesis? It is a very important 5-mark question. Parthenogenesis means without fertilization. So parthenos, virgin. So there is no fertilization takes place. Genesis, reproduce or produce or formation. So by virgin they produce their young ones. It was first discovered by Charles Burnett in the year 1745. There are two types of parthenogenesis, natural parthenogenesis and artificial parthenogenesis. What is the meaning of natural parthenogenesis? Here, the parthenogenesis occurs regularly, constantly, and naturally in their life cycle. And in artificial parthenogenesis, they are induced. The unfertilized eggs are induced either by physical or chemical method. Do you know about parthenogenesis? The parthenogenesis is divided into natural and artificial. Now only we studied. And here, this is very new for you. You must know the meaning for this. So, organotroche. So, what is organotroche? Here, only males are produced by parthenogenesis. That means the example for this one is honeybee and teletoche. That means parthenogenesis in which females are produced. Ambitoche, here both male and females are produced. For teletoche, the examples are Solanobia and Ambitoche, the examples are Abies. And this is complete and incomplete parthenogenesis. For artificial parthenogenesis, we need physical or chemical stimuli. Parthenocarp or parthenocarpy, C-A-R-P, that means fruit. So parthenocarpy is the production of fruits from unfertilized ovules. So parthenocarpy is the production of fruits from unfertilized ovules. The fruits produced by parthenocarpy do not contain seeds. That is very important one. The seedless grapes and so many fruits we are now buying, they are all produced by parthenogenesis. So what is parthenogenesis? It is a genesis, you know, the production. So here parthenogenesis is a type of reproduction in which the ovum develops into an individual without fertilization. Now, types of parthenogenesis we study in detail. Natural parthenogenesis, artificial parthenogenesis. Natural parthenogenesis is further divided into complete and incomplete. Here we have one more thing, that is a pedogenetic parthenogenesis or pedogenesis. Artificial parthenogenesis, here the unfertilized egg is induced either by physical or chemical stimuli. The examples are annelids and sea urchin. Here in complete natural parthenogenesis, it is the only one form of reproduction represented by the females. So that we call this one as the complete natural parthenogenesis. In incomplete parthenogenesis, both sexual reproduction and parthenogenesis occur. So both will take place. That's why we call this one incomplete. The example, honeybee. What is the meaning of Pseudogenetic parthenogenesis, that is a 2-mark question. Here, the larvae produce a new generation occurs in the sporocytes and radiate larva of liver fluke. It is also seen in the larvae of girl fly. Now the parthenogenesis, how it takes place in the honeybee. See here, male bees and queen. Here it is always haploid. So there is no meiosis, only mitosis take place. So that sperm cells are produced. Here meiosis take place so that you can get the haploid egg cells, 2 haploid egg cells. When it undergoes fertilization, it is a normal process so that you can find the zygote. The zygote is diploid, and here it develops into the diploid organisms, either queen or worker bee. Here the queen are eating royal jelly, then they are converted into queen bee. When there is no fertilization, these egg cells develop into drawn by parthenogenesis. See here you can easily find out. Not fertilized, it develops into drones. Fertilized, either worker bee or queen bee. This is a gall fly. Groups of animals. How we have the animals. It is based on the reproduction, how they take place. It depends upon the site of development of embryo and whether they lay eggs or give birth to young ones. So based on that, we divide the animals into 3 groups: oviparous, viviparous, ovoviviparous. The pictures very clearly indicates the examples. Now we see in detail. Oviparous. Here the reptiles and birds, they lay eggs. So what is the meaning of oviparous? Ovi means they lay eggs. These organisms are called oviparous, and the eggs are covered by hard calcareous cells. Why? Because they lay the eggs outside the body, so it should be protected. That's why they are covered by hard calcareous cells. The eggs are laid outside mother's body. Viviparous. What is the meaning of viviparous? Here they give birth. So here the individuals give birth and they are nourished by uterus through placenta. That is mammals. The mammals are best example for viviparous. And last one, ovoviviparous. So what is the meaning of ovoviviparous? Here the developed embryo develops inside the egg and remains in the mother's body. No placental connection with the mother, but they are present inside till some days. After that, they come out. The examples are fishes like shark. Thank you, children.